Mercedes seem to be in a lot of trouble now that Hamilton is leaving. But why is he leaving? Is it because of a lack of confidence, or because of something else? Rumours have been going around that Lewis Hamilton opted to quit Mercedes because he was dissatisfied with their F1 2024 car after testing the W15 in the simulator. Could this be the reason? Let's find out. Toto Wolff stated that Hamilton test drove the W15 in the simulator for the first time on Friday. And this did in fact not have any impact on Hamilton's decision, as the decision was already made before the simulator was ready for testing. That simulator test happened 48 hours, a full 2 days, after Hamilton told Wolff of his intention to join Ferrari next year, and 24 hours after it made global headlines, thus making it impossible to make that decision based on simulator results. This tells Mercedes, and us, that there is no evidence Hamilton was dissatisfied with the direction of this year's new car. At least, that's how it looks right now. Mercedes hopes the W15 is a significant improvement over the cars from the previous 2 years, which have left Hamilton at his lowest point and unable to win a Grand Prix. The cockpit position of the W15 is anticipated to change, addressing one of Hamilton's key complaints about last year's car. There is also no reiterated aerodynamic relationship between the 2023 and 2024 models. The gearbox is anticipated to be compact and lightweight. Hamilton's choice to join Ferrari in 2025 occurred before he stepped inside the simulator for the first time, a critical milestone in Mercedes' preparation for the forthcoming season. The car is being developed in the team with a lot of science and a lot of data, team principal Wolff said. The driver gives us guidance of what he feels in the car, and this is being dissected. This is then decided on whether it happens or not. We mustn't underplay nor overplay the input of the driver and the development of a car. In terms of did we miss? No. Everything we are doing it with very consciousness and open eyes. Hamilton will spend one last season with Mercedes, hoping that the W15 can return him to race-winning form. He will then travel to Italy in 2025, in a startling move that will bring F1's most successful driver together with its most successful team. But if it wasn't the simulator that tempted Hamilton to move, then what was it? Well, it was a lack of confidence and trust from Mercedes' side. Have Mercedes fumbled here? Listening to Toto Wolff discuss Lewis Hamilton's exit from the team at the end of the 2024 Formula One season has provided us with more context, allowing us to look deeper into Hamilton's choice. It is now evident that Ferrari was able to offer Hamilton a longer-term commitment than Mercedes, which agreed to a 2-year contract with a second-year option, a 1+1. The proposed 2+1 from Ferrari looked and sounded better for Hamilton, promising a drive in 2025 and at least 1 year with the new regulations in 2026, with Hamilton being able to lift the option for a drive in 2027, whilst Mercedes only wanted to go until 2025. Wolff explained why. "We're big boys," said Wolff. "We knew that signing a short-term contract could be of benefit for both sides. We couldn't commit for a longer period. We knew it could be a year, it could be 2. We shared the opinion, when we decided to sign a short-term contract, that there may be opportunities for him and for us, and therefore maybe also one of the considerations was the opportunity to sign a longer-term contract with Ferrari, give it a really big go at the end of his career. Couple this with Wolff's response about who might replace Hamilton. I am really looking forward to taking the right decisions for the team, together with my colleagues in who is going to be in the seat next year. And, you know, maybe it's a chance to do something bold." That something brave would not be any of the present F1 drivers about to be out of contract. Carlos Sainz, Fernando Alonso, and Alex Albon are the obvious safe choices. But it could very well be Mercedes junior driver Andrea Kimi Antonelli, who is 17 years old and has yet to make his Formula 2 debut. Let's say Wolff stated to Hamilton during their contract discussion that the long-term strategy was to install Antonelli at Williams for a year or 2 and then bring him into the main squad if everything went smoothly, as a means of future-proofing. Hamilton's 1+1 would go quite nicely with this. We will probably never know if Wolff discussed this situation, of course, but he and Hamilton are close, and they have accomplished so much together that such an open debate would be very appropriate. Let's picture Hamilton's thoughts if he had gotten the information from his boss and buddy. It would have been very natural for him to have thought, I may as well go after year 1, given that's my last opportunity for the Ferrari gig, and there may not be anything for me here in 26. So instead of urging Hamilton into retirement, might Wolff have pushed him to leave early for one of Mercedes' main rivals? That would have been an ideal platform for Hamilton to initiate or expand conversations with Ferrari. But that's not to dismiss the strong emotional pull of driving for the sport's most respected team, which he's already discussed, or the exhilaration of moving location and taking on a major new task. When he was interviewed him in Abu Dhabi at the end of last season if the possibility of returning to winning with Mercedes was as thrilling as arriving from McLaren. His response was insightful, particularly in hindsight. "When I moved, there was an excitement. We expected it to be difficult to start off with because they hadn't had a lot of success, so there was just raw excitement. A new person on the team. Getting into the nitty-gritty with everyone and building relationships. That was a different kind of excitement. This time we have known each other for years." He also regretted that, "It's a lot of pressure being scrutinized all the time and I'm in a place in my life where there's no way I can win. If I win a race it's, oh, he's a 7-time world champion with 103 wins. If I don't do well, it's a big deal. I can only lose at this point in life." Unless, of course, he drastically alters the picture and decides to take on a major new endeavor. His emotions may then be seeking a rational explanation for what his heart was prompting him to do. And Toto's argument regarding Mercedes' future ambitions may have supplied just that. Hamilton, being Hamilton, he will most likely tell us, in the future, whether it happened that way. Then we can inform you. Until then, this view is the most consistent with what both have said. What do you think? Did Wolff push him out? Hamilton now is getting ready for one last season with Mercedes knowing he will drive a Ferrari in 2025. And Hamilton, who was briefly cited in a Mercedes press statement announcing his leaving, used his Instagram post on Saturday to provide a more in-depth and personal explanation of his choice and the reasoning behind it. After years of battling against the Maranello squad, the 7-time world champion said that driving for Ferrari has long been a goal. "It's been a crazy few days which have been filled with a whole range of emotions," he said. "But as you all now know, after an incredible 11 years at Mercedes, the time has come for me to start a new chapter in my life, and I will be joining Ferrari in 2025. I feel incredibly fortunate, after achieving things with Mercedes that I could only have dreamed of as a kid, that I now have the chance to fulfill another childhood dream, driving in Ferrari Red." Hamilton expressed how difficult it was to leave an organisation with which he had been affiliated since his karting days, when he was sponsored by the Mercedes-backed McLaren team. "Mercedes has been a huge part of my life since I was 13 years old," he wrote. "So this decision has been the hardest I've ever had to make. I'm incredibly proud of all that we've achieved together, and I'm very grateful for the hard work and dedication of everyone I have worked with over the years, and of course Toto, Wolff, for his friendship, guidance, and leadership. Together we have won titles, broken records, and become the most successful driver-team partnership in F1 history. And of course I cannot forget Niki Lauda, who was a huge supporter and who I still miss every day. I must also share my huge appreciation to the whole of the Mercedes-Benz board and everyone at the company in Germany and around the world for supporting me over these 26 years. But the time is right to make a change and take on a new challenge." Hamilton contrasted the present situation to September 2012, when he astonished the Formula One world by signing for Mercedes and terminating his association with McLaren. "I still remember the feeling of taking a leap of faith into the unknown when I first joined Mercedes in 2013, he said. "I know some people didn't understand it at the time, but I was right to make the move then, and it's the feeling I have again now. I'm excited to see what I can bring to this new opportunity and what we can do together. However, right now, I'm not thinking about 2025. My focus is on the upcoming season and getting back out on track with Mercedes. I am more driven than ever, I am fitter and more focused than ever, and I want to help Mercedes win once again. I am 100% committed to the job I need to do and determined to end my partnership with the team on a high. Thank you to all of you who have been on this journey with me. You have all lifted me up as I chase my dreams, and I hope I can continue to make you proud. As always, sending you my love and positive energy." What do you think? Did Hamilton leave because of a lack of confidence? Or did he see Mercedes were going nowhere? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below.